The first thing that stands out in this episode is the absolutely fantastic set design. The look and feel of a claustrophobic and worn-in station has a visual style reminiscent of some of the ship interiors from big-budget sci-fi movies. This really adds a certain visual authenticity that is often lacking in other Doctor Who episodes. In addition, the metallic, gritty feel of the station further adds to the plight of the Doctor and Rose, who have lost the TARDIS and are trapped along with the other crew members. Of all the times the Doctor's been seemingly trapped in a timeline, the situation feels the most bleak and hopeless. The idea of a hellish creature being unearthed by scientists exploring some kind of mystery in the depths of space isn't particularly new. In fact, much of this episode feels a bit like watching a moderately entertaining B-movie, like Event Horizon for example. Fortunately for Doctor Who fans, the interaction between Rose, the Doctor and the crew is tightly scripted, and there are enough puzzle pieces that are strategically laid out by the writers to help elevate this episode way above the source material used for inspiration. Fans of the classic series of Doctor Who would be interested to know that veteran actor Gabriel Wolfe, who appeared in Tom Baker's episode Period of Mars of Sutekh, returns to provide the menacing voice of the Beast here. In an extremely effective sequence, the Beast creeps up on Toby, one of the scientists, and eerily tells him not to turn around.
Toby. Don't turn around.
Dan. That's not Dan.
Don't look at me.
Who are you?
I have so many names.
If I could...
If you look at me, you will die.
But who are you?
I'm behind you, Toby. I'm right behind you. Don't look at me. One look and you will die. I'm reaching out, Toby. I'm so close. Don't turn around. Oh, I can touch you.
And man, what a creepy scene, and one that always sticks with me through the episode, and it's just fantastic, and truly effective. Of course, Toby does inevitably turn around and realise that something happened to him. Strange hieroglyphics appear everywhere on his body, and his eyes turn red. It's a remarkably well-directed scene, and Gabriel Wolfe's incredibly eerie voice makes this one of the scariest Doctor Who scenes of the second series for sure. Also interesting is the inclusion of slave race known as the Ood. The Ood are these tentacle-mouthed beings whose primary function in life is to serve humans. They communicate telepathically with one another and use some kind of speech adapter when speaking to humans. Towards the end of the episode, the Ood are somehow overrun and possessed by the ancient beast that lives underneath the planet's surface, and attack their former masters that run the station, which ties into the cliffhanger for the first part. Honestly, I'd say the Ood are probably one of the best concepts to come out of the RTD here, and I'm glad we got to see them again after Series 4, but right here in their introduction in Series 2, they are fantastic. Although I must say that pre-title sequence of "We Must Feed" with them definitely was a little bit ropey to say the least. Nevertheless, the idea of the planet being tethered by a powerful funnel generated by the planet's surface is a fascinating science fiction concept as well. The energy funnel essentially keeps the planet from being swallowed by the nearby black hole. In the obvious satanic reference, the power required to generate the gravity field was some variant of 6 to the power of 6 every 6 seconds, which I kind of like. By the end of the episode, these devilish creatures' pit is open and the gravity field disappears. As a result, the station is cut loose and will be sucked away into the black hole, unless the Doctor and Rose find a way of stopping it from happening in the second chapter of this two-parter. Furthermore, the one scene in The Impossible Planet that displays the brilliance found throughout the next part, the Satan Pit, is the Doctor and Rose's discussion about what they would now do now the TARDIS is seemingly lost forever. While I would have liked to see the Doctor placed on the duty rotor, as much as I like how the scene plays, the Doctor's position might still be a bit more hopeless if he was considering his future while doing the laundry. The mere discussion of getting a house is a powerful illustration of the Doctor's alien nature. The scene recalls a similar moment towards the end of The Girl in the Fireplace, in which a temporarily stranded Doctor promised to pay for any damage, then seems to discover that he was talking the matter as if he understood the implications of that promise. Here he struggles to grasp what it would mean to live without the TARDIS, listing random details of things a house would possess, because he can't get his head around the core concept. All those little things that we humans take for granted are foreign to the Doctor, and it's great to see that point brought home so clearly. Rose responds by suggesting the two could get a house together. In theory, this should be an uncontroversial proposal. After all, they aren't living together in the TARDIS. But that living arrangement was on the Doctor's terms, which can be left pleasingly ambiguous. Rose's idea is to share a house in human terms, and the implications of that are unmistakable. She fumbles around trying to find the right words to discuss such a delicate concept, but there's little doubt of what she's trying to get across. As before, it's the Doctor who hesitates here, changing the subject from implicit romance to Rose's mother, which likely isn't a coincidence. The Doctor chooses a precise moment to reassert his role as Rose's protector, his interstellar chaperone, and that one closes the topic of discussion once more. Later, as the Doctor prepares to fall into the pit, he suggests Rose always knows what he's going to say, but I'm not so sure. Yes, this Doctor has a knack for long speeches, but he's also fined just as much by the things he chooses not to say. Overall, this is an extremely well written and directed episode with some amazing visuals and sound design. As with most episodes, the storyline does feel familiar, but it's presented with enough ample flair and charm that you kind of love it. However, in terms of an overall score, I'm afraid you'll have to wait until next time.